In this video, we're going to create the Apple object, and then we're going to add events and actions. To create the Apple object, we'll go to our blue symbol, click on it, rename obj underscore Apple. Then we'll select the appropriate sprite, the Apple sprite, to go with it. Remember, that's just a picture that goes on top. And then we could click OK. There goes our Apple object over there. But now we want to actually add some more things to it. With our wall, we didn't add any events or actions. It's just sitting there. It doesn't really do anything. But our Apple is going to do some things, and it's going to react to some different events. And so we have to tell the computer what it's going to do. So I'll double click on Object Apple, and here are these events and actions. It's kind of like if the event happens, then there's going to be a certain action. So you have to have an event before you have the action. If we read through our tutorial, the first event that we're going to create is to simply make a create event that's going to make the apples. And so we're going to click on create. So the apple exists now. And along with that, though, we're going to add an action to it. So instead of it just sitting there and not moving, we're going to take these arrows here, group of arrows that says move fixed, and drag it into our actions window. When we do that, a window pops up, and we can come down here to where it says directions and choose which directions the apple might move. We're going to select all of them, as the tutorial says, except for the one in the middle, because if you select the one in the middle, then the apple may just stay in one place and not move at all. The speed, it says, is set to 8. And now we can press OK. So now we have an event of creating an apple, and then that apple is going to start moving. If we go to our next page in our tutorial, it now asks us to add some more events and actions. The next event is a collision event. So I'm going to come down and find collision. I'm going to click on collision, and when I click on it, automatically a small window pops up. Now what do I want my apple to collide with? Well, I want it to collide with the walls and bounce back. So I'm going to choose that the apple collides with the wall. So there it goes, collision with what? With the wall. When it collides with the wall, what do I want it to do? And I just mentioned I want it to bounce back. So we need to find the bounce. We'll look through these. There's different tabs here that you can choose from that give you different options. Some of these we'll use and some of them we won't. Let's see if we can find, and I think it was on the first one. If we come down, bounce is right there. And so I can click and drag that in here. And so it says bounce against solid objects. And that's what we want to do. So now we'll press OK. So when it collides with the wall, it will bounce. It'll start moving in any direction, and when it collides with the wall, it bounces. Let's add another event. The object of the game is for you to press the fruit, and when you click on the fruit with the mouse, then you get points. So we need to have the apple do something when it's clicked on. So we're going to add another event, and we're going to go with the mouse. And when we click on that, a window pops up, and we're going to go with the left button. That's, of course, the left button of the mouse button is the one we use the most to click with. So what happens, though, when this event happens? What action happens now? We're going to go to jump to random, and if we come over here, there it goes right there. We're going to click jump to random. That's going to make the apple go to a different place inside the game. It's all of a sudden going to move somewhere else after we click on it. So we can press OK with that. And then also when we click it, we want to score points. So we're going to go to score, and then we're going to go to set score and drag that in. And it says new score. We're going to set that to 50. Now that doesn't mean we don't want our score to start at 50. We want to get 50 points every time we click an apple. So what we need to do is come down and click on relative, and that will make that happen. And now we can press OK. And now we can press OK on this as well. If we look at the bottom of our tutorial, it shows what we should have, and that's what ours look like. And so it looks like we're good with our object apple.